Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my first video. I'm Vivi, and I'm just a dude who plays a lot of video games but isn't amazing at them. Overwatch is my main game, and I'm mostly a hit-scan DPS player, but I do play all heroes and all roles, just not as frequently. Enough with the introduction, let's get right into the video. So the current state of Overwatch is a pretty interesting topic because I believe Overwatch is currently in the best place it's ever been in. That being said, I wasn't around for the earlier seasons as I did not pick up the game until about Season 8. But even so, I firmly believe it's still the best it's ever been at, and here are some of the reasons. Reason number 1, Overwatch has the most competitive integrity it has ever had since its launch. Since the beginning of Overwatch, there has always been a pretty clear meta that would show up shortly after a large balance patch was made. This made certain heroes not viable and made composition creativity limited to what the highest level players were playing. Basically, there were heroes that, even though they weren't a part of the true meta, played by masters and higher elo players, there were certain heroes that just absolutely stomped in lower elos to where, if the enemy team had this hero and you don't, you'd probably lose. With the reduction of barrier health, the nerfing of some power creeps, and actual attempts to balance heroes instead of just trying to avoid the backlash of certain one-tricks, Overwatch recently began on its journey towards a truly ideal game, where the meta only belongs to the highest of the high-level players, and what gets you to rank up is your understanding of the game and mechanical skill. These things together make the game much more rewarding and fun to play overall. Reason number 2, low elo competitive play can be both fun and competitive now. This doesn't always happen, and in my experience it usually doesn't. But lower elo games, Diamond and below, can actually be fun to play while still being competitive without people trolling and throwing. More and more heroes are viable, and only a few stick out to me as not very fun to play against. Counterpicking and a really solid understanding of the hero pool you play is much more important than trying to play a meta or pick a single hero or a couple of heroes that kind of break the game at its core. And since there is no meta, even for the lower half of top 500 players, we can actually learn from those high level players how to appropriately play the game instead of looking dumb trying to run complicated comps and strats in low elo that would probably just get torn apart by a Reaper who's good friends with his W key. Reason number 3, quick play has a large appeal even to competitive players. There were, and still are, a ton of people who will only play competitive no matter what. If they have friends who aren't in their skill range, they won't play with them. If they need to warm up, they'll do it in competitive. Basically, they will always only play competitive instead of trying arcade or quick play. However, since role queue was implemented, quick play is actually a super fun time and is a lot more structured than it used to be. And for people like me who really only care about competitive, but will still give other modes a try now and then, I find quick play a great place to play the game without tilting while still being able to sharpen some skills on the hero without having a false sense of security of fragging out on what used to be an absolute deathmatch brawly mess. And thanks to the focus on hero balance, no matter what heroes your team picks, you won't be at a severe disadvantage 80 to 90% of the time, which is huge when it comes to practice. There is a bit more to it, but beyond what I just said, it's a bit nitpicky and largely opinionated, so I won't bother getting into it. But truly, I believe Overwatch is in the best place it's been, essentially ever, and I couldn't be more happy for it. With Overwatch 2 on the way to surely mix things up quite a bit and be a mess in terms of balance, we won't have this competitive safe haven for too long, but I'm sure Overwatch 2 will be so crazy and different we won't even notice. Except now, Blizzard has a really solid idea on how to go about balancing the game instead of just trying to force metas and buff heroes to outperform other broken heroes. We're on the right path, and I just cannot wait to see what's in store for the game over the year of 2021. That's the end of the video, guys. I hope you liked it, and please feel free to leave some criticism in the comments below. This is my first video, and I have a lot to work on. That being said, if you did like what you saw here, be sure to subscribe for more, and maybe even leave a like to increase the chance this video will get seen by others. Thank you so much for watching, and hope you have a wonderful time.